factoring using the box and X method, and we have to factor the following expression completely. So there's a few steps that we have to follow. And the first thing is look for any common factors. And in this case, we don't have any between the -7, the 29, and the -24. The next thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that the a value is positive. So the a value in ax squared plus bx plus c, we want to make sure that that is positive. And we have a -7 for our a value. So we want to make that positive. We divide the whole thing by -1. And so we get -1 outside of the parentheses, but then left in, we still have the 7m squared. Now it's a -29m and a plus 24. So we just change the sign in front of all those coefficients. The next thing that we want to do is we can try to do the sum and product or the guess and check. In this case, it's not going to be extremely easy for us to do. So I would recommend that we use the box and X method right here. And that's what we're going to do. So for the box and X method, you need a box. And you need an X. 3 of the boxes we're going to fill up right from the get-go. So the a term, so the 7m squared, that's going to go in the first box. And the constant or the c term is going to go in the last box. And then the -29m, that's going to go in the bottom of the X. So those are numbers that we just put in automatically. They go in those spaces. The next thing that we have to do is we're going to take the numbers that we put in this box over here, we're going to multiply them together. So here we have 7m squared multiplied by 24. And if we multiply those together, we get 168 m squared. Now, the trick is we have to get 2 numbers that are going to multiply to this. And they are going to add to this bottom number there. Well, right off the top of my head, I do not know 2 numbers that will multiply to 168 and add to 29. So I'm going to use my calculator, and I'm just going to start plugging numbers in. And the way that we're going to plug numbers in is we're just going to say 168 because that's the number that we're starting with. And I'm going to just divide by numbers and see what happens. Divided by 2. So that's 84. Well, that doesn't really work out very well because 2 plus 84 or 2 minus 84 is nowhere near 29, which is our goal. So we can check some more. Just keep going down the line. 186 divided by 3. 56, still not there. 168 divided by 4. 42, no. 168. I know that dividing by 5 is not going to work, but I'm going to type it in just to show that, yeah, it doesn't work, and it doesn't even go into 168. So we're not going to be able to use that unless it is exactly into 168. So we can keep going down the list, and 168 divided by 6. Getting closer, 6 plus 28. Not quite there yet. And then 168 divided by 7. 24. 7 plus 24 is 31, so that doesn't work. 168 divided by 8, and that's 21. So now we're pretty close. So let's check and see if that works. So we have 8 is one of the values that we're going to check, and 21 is the other. So we have 8 and 21. Uh, 8 plus 8 times 21 is 168. But if we add those together, that's not 120. That's not negative 29. That's positive 29. Okay, so something's not right. Okay, what if we make them both negative? Negative 8 and negative 21. So negative 8 times negative 21 is still equal to 168. And now we add them together and it's negative 29. So positive 8 and 21 don't work, but negative 8 and 21, negative 21 do. So negative 8 m and negative 21 m. These two numbers, doesn't matter which one, but one of them has to go here and one of them has to go here. So I'm going to put negative 21 m there and negative 8 there. Now we use our algebra tiles to figure out what goes there. So in order to make this box, we need a number up here and a number over here. And because we have 7 as our coefficient, we know that 7 has to be 7 times 1 is the only one that's going to work. So we have to ask us, does 7 go into negative 8 or does 7 go easily into negative 21? So hopefully we said 7 goes there and then we just have m there. So 7m times m is m squared. Now we need to get to negative 21. So 7m times what will get us negative 21? And that is going to be negative 3. So 7m times negative 3 is negative 21m. And now we have m already, and we need to get to negative 8m. So in that case, we need negative 8. Negative 8 times m is negative 8m. And then the last check, we can see negative 8 times negative 3. That does give us a positive 24, so we're all set there. And then we know that these are the factored form. So we have our two binomials here. So the final answer is 7m minus 8 times m minus 3. And that is how we can use the box next method to help us factor.